Welcome to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario. It's a New Year's Day special as we get set for the Hornets, looking for the win on the road against the Toronto Raptors. All right, as the game gets underway, what's the key to success for Toronto tonight?
No one refers to the Portland Trailblazers' three best players, Lillard, Batum, and Aldridge, as a big three, but I really do believe they have the chance to develop that type of notoriety. Batum, probably the most unheralded of all three, terrific athlete, good shooter from distance, moves exceptionally well without the ball, and should be a premier wing defender in our league. These three, as a tandem, growing together, gives Portland real hope that they can make a significant impact in the Western Conference.
Walker against Lowry. You know, Jeff, Kemba Walker had that fantastic college career. He's been a good NBA player. Can he get to the next level in such a tough league for point guards?
Well, Mike, the thing I like most about Walker is his competitive spirit. What he has to do is become a more efficient shooter. And without people to stretch the floor, it becomes difficult for smaller guards like Walker. And that's why I think Batum's addition was critical for their success.
Jefferson for two, converts on the inside. He's averaging 12 points per game this season. Valanciunas, that won't go.
Driving the ball into the paint is the most important offensive tool in the game. He had a great look, he just missed it.
Backing his way down in the post. Strong finish at the rim.
Oh, that's nice right there. The finish at the rim with the nice dunk.
Lowry for three, wide open, and Kyle Lowry with the jumper, puts it in. He's averaging 20 points per game this season.
Hey, you kid, look at the technique on that three-point shot. The rhythm, the bounce, the arc, the follow-through. That's a thing of beauty.
Look at that hook shot. Batum's attempt won't go. Lowry against Walker. Scola for two, lets it go. Rebound handled by Williams. Gets inside in the paint. And a foul called against the Raptors. Their first team foul. And Kemba Walker will go to the line with seconds to go in the first. Misses the first. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting the second. At the buzzer. And the first quarter complete. Toronto's up by 2. Back with more New Year's Day basketball here on ESPN after the break. Pretty solid basketball here in the first quarter. It's been kind of a feeling out process for both sides.
Both sides have done a great job, Mike, establishing their own individual games. Good start for both squads.
Walker the jumper. Puts it in. A two-pointer. He's averaging 18 points per game this season. One of the strengths of Lowry, Jeff, is a word that Clyde Frazier likes to use, the great Hall of Famer, pugnacious. He has that attitude on the court.
That's a nice word by Clyde, and it's very descriptive of Kyle Lowry's whole approach to the game. He's not afraid of confrontation. He goes right to the rim, takes on and absorbs a great amount of contact, and then at the other end, he's not afraid to put his body in the fray for loose balls, for rebounds, taking charges. I really love his demeanor on the floor.
Big year for the Raptors last year, Jeff. They make the playoffs. They lose a tough first-round series, but they've got some good young talent. Can they take the next step now?
Well, you think about it, Mike. I don't think many people know, unless you're heavily involved in the NBA, what a great basketball city Toronto is. I used to always love going there. Packed houses, vociferous fans that were really into the game, and I like what Dwayne Casey's team stands for. They play hard defense, they play unselfish offense, and they're doing it with a lot of young, hungry players.
Scola on the drive. Gets to the rim. Nails it. That's a two-pointer. And it's a 4-point lead for the Raptors.
Outstanding body control, and then the ability to still finish and concentrate. I'm sometimes mesmerized by what these athletes can do.
Batum fires, puts it in. Charlotte's shooting 57% from the field tonight.
Hey, you can only control what you can control. The defense there was great. It was just a better shot.
To the rim. And Luis Scola with a nice shot for two.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
Walker against Lowry. There's the perfect pick. Isn't it fun to watch Al Jefferson, Jeff? He's a throwback. This guy could have played in the 60s and 70s with his low post game.
He played for Kevin McHale in Minnesota. I think he learned the very best from McHale and is now able to incorporate that. The guy has a variety of moves. He has great footwork, but most of all, Mike, when that ball hits the rim, it falls in for him. He's got great touch.
To the basket, puts it in, and draws the foul. Kemba Walker picks up his first of the night.
Terrific concentration to finish the shot and now shoot a free throw.
2 minutes. It's the free throw. 3-point play complete. Toronto's leading Charlotte by a score of 16-9. Batum against DeRozan. Jefferson's looking to set up in the paint. To the rim. And Nicolas Batum with a nice look. Sinks it.
Hey, sometimes good offense beats good defense. There's nothing to be ashamed with on that possession. That was a well-defended, well-contested shot.
Carroll on the drive, inside, and lays it home. 4-2. And that'll do it. First half comes to an end. Toronto's up by 7. Stay with us, more New Year's Day basketball after this timeout.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Raptors certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Hornets were definitely sluggish with their scoring to start this game. And no matter what kind of defense you're playing, if you're not leading on the scoreboard, you're not winning the game. It really is that simple.
First half stats. Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
The third quarter is about to get started. We give it back now to Mike.
For the second half, along with Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Toronto's got to be very happy with what took place in that first half, Jeff. But for the coaching staff, what are the keys in the second half?
Well, that coaching staff has to be very proud of that first half effort. Outstanding basketball. And really at halftime, all you say is, we have no adjustments to make. They have to adjust to us. We're playing great basketball. Just keep working the game.
Dunks it hard.
Oh, that's a sweet finish right there. Dunking the ball with strength and force.
Lowry for 2, shoots away, won't go. Jeff, Steve Clifford, your former assistant coach, has to be happy with some of his off-season acquisitions. Nick Batum is a real nice pickup for this team.
Yeah, Batum had a bad year last year, Mike. I think some things got in the way of his focus just on basketball. This guy is a very good all-around player, and I think will have an exceptional year for the Hornets.
The play broken up nicely by Jefferson. Throws it up from deep in the corner. Unable to convert the 3. Oh, he swats it. The screen is set. Walker the jumper. It's good. A 2-pointer. Kemba Walker with 8 points. 2 minutes gone by in the third, and we're all tied. Lowry in possession. Lowry fires away for 2. Rebound corralled by Williams. Walker against Lowry. For the layup. Good work to draw the foul. And Al Jefferson will go to the line for the first time tonight. And he hits the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Lowry into the front court. Reaches in for the steal. Stolen by Walker. At the rim. Draws the foul. It's called against Valanciunas. And Kemba Walker will go to the line. He's 1 for 2 from the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after he misses the first. Lowry against Walker. DeRozan on the drive. Third quarter comes to an end. Fourth quarter coming up. The Raptors down by 2. Stay with us. More New Year's Day basketball after this short break. Fourth quarter set to get underway. This one anyone's ball game. What do you look for in the fourth period?
Fourth quarters are about 2 things, will and skill. And if you got them both, you got a chance.
Denied by Walker. Batum against Lowry. Charlotte's leading Toronto by a score of 20-18. Jefferson on the drive. Lowry the rebound. Lowry against Walker. Valanciunas is looking to operate from down low. Out of bounds. It'll be Hornets ball.
Left in the fourth quarter.
There's the pick. Oh, rejected by Scola. Valanciunas is working hard, backing down his opponent. Puts it up, and Jonas Valanciunas is caught by the ref. Offensive foul. Charlotte's leading Toronto by a score of 20-18. To the basket, flips it up, misses the layup.
Hey, you want to win in this game? You got to protect the paint in the last 2 minutes of a close game.
Oh, huge three from Kyle Lowry.
The hardest thing to do in the NBA in the last 2 minutes of a game is get an open shot. They did it, and they knocked the ball right down the middle of the hole.
Gets inside. That's good. 1-point lead for Charlotte.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
Valanciunas is trying for position in the paint. Lowry against Walker for 2. Not that time. Fires away. Oh, what a shot.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
During today's game.
1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Fires away for 2. Oh, clutch shot. And Kyle Lowry's whistled for the intentional foul.
To number 7, Kyle Lowry. That's his second personal foul. Team foul.
And there's the foul. They had to stop that clock.
They're in an enviable position right now. Up 1, 2 free throws. You make them both. You give yourself a 3-point lead, and you just have to defend the 3-point line at the other end of the floor.
Knocks down the first one. He hits 2 free throws, so they extend the lead to 3. And a timeout taken here in the final stage. Steve Clifford calls timeout as time is running down here in the fourth. Will it go for the win? End of regulation, score is tied, and we're headed to overtime.
We'll be right back with more basketball here on ESPN after this short break.
There's nothing better than overtime. Lowry against Walker. DeRozan jump shot. Can't hit from way outside. Leaning back, puts it up. Valanciunas the rebound. Curls in. Scola fires away. Oh, sinks the two-pointer. Williams against Scola. To the rim. Counted. And the foul. Blocking called against Lowry. And Kemba Walker will go to the line. One shot to complete the three-point play.
I love it when I see a guy concentrate through contact. He did, getting the ball in the basket and drawing the foul.
And he does it. A three-point play. Lowry against Walker. To the basket. Oh, he got hit on the shot attempt. Couple of free throws coming up. First free throw, perfect. And he makes them both. Toronto's leading Charlotte by a score of 30-29. Walker against Lowry. Goes to the goal. Kemba Walker with a nice look. He's averaging 5 assists per game this season. Nicolas Batum with 8 points.
And basketball's a game of runs. This game has been no exception. It's been back and forth, and it's giving the fans the kind of up and down, back and forth action that keeps them interested.
Valanciunas fires yet again. In the paint. No doubt about it. He hit him. It's called against DeRozan. That's his first. Charlotte's shooting 66% from the line.
You want to win in this league? No easy baskets. Make them earn it at the free throw line, particularly the bad free throw shooters.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Lowry into the front court. Lowry for 2, puts it out. Tie game. Two minutes gone by in overtime, and it's a tie ball game. Jefferson's looking for position in the paint. He's open. Williams' shot misses the mark. Here's the screen. Gets a good look. Misses the two. Walker against Lowry. A good look for two. He puts it in. Clutch shot. And we'll have a timeout. They want to talk it over.
What you need to do is not waste time. You've got to catch it and attack the basket, and then take the first quality shot you get.
No choice there. They had to stop the clock, and they give the foul.
Up to shooting two. You need to make both right here. Step up, don't settle for the split. Make both and make it a two-possession game.
Oops, missed the first one. On the mark with the second free throw, puts them up 3. Coach wants to talk here, calls a full timeout.
Shot opens up, great. But if not, what you want to do is create the quickest score you can by attacking the basket.
So they get the clock to stop with the foul.
There's really no pressure here. When you're up 3, shooting 2 free throws with very little time remaining, all you have to do is make one to make it a two-possession game.
He converts on both at the line. It's a 5-point game. For 3. Well, we needed an extra period to decide the outcome of this one. The final score is 37-32. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for joining us and good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Charlotte Hornets edged out a close victory in today's game. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. The Raptors did their best in OT, but it wasn't enough to get the win. They probably won't admit it, but I think fatigue was an issue in those extra minutes. I saw a team whose conditioning wasn't where it needed to be.
Game track. Assists.
The teams in this matchup did a great job of moving the ball and keeping the game flowing. It was the sort of action fans love to see, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. The unselfish play made for a great game.
Player of the game.
Kemba Walker earns the award for his incredible performance here today. He couldn't be contained offensively, and he put on quite a show on his way to being the game leader in points. Offensively, he was incredible in the second half, and that's where he did most of his scoring. I just love how he pushed his way through every defensive adjustment.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure